early 1973, I started studying with David, and I was already on the Here's Lucy show. I was on television. We did lots of musicals on the show, so I had already been singing. I thought of myself as a musical performer from high school on through that show, but I was terrified of auditions. I just thought, I'm terrible. I didn't have to audition for the Here's Lucy show. It just occurred to me. So, a little nervous, when things got real. It's real. I had a friend who was studying with David Craig, and he said, you really should come take this class with me. This guy's pretty amazing. I think you can still get in. The next session is starting in about 3 weeks, but if you write to him and you go and he sees you, so he had to talk to you first. He had to let you into the class. Not everybody could just go into the class. And it was incredible. It was so refreshing to me. Because, I mean, he really, like you said, he said, I'm going to take the whole decorated Christmas tree and I'm going to take all the ornaments off. Right? That's what he used to say. And I'm going to strip it naked, and then one by one we're going to put the ornaments back on again. And that's basically what he did. You think anybody can just walk out on a stage to audition for a part? And this is back in the day when people actually used to walk out onto a stage to audition for a part, which was wonderful. You know, like right now it's sort of dark out there. It's kind of nice. There's lights, or there was like a work light and it's dark, and the director and the choreographers and everybody you're auditioning for are out there in the dark somewhere, like the old Mrs. Ziegfeld, you know, the old, it used to be like that. And that was kind of wonderful. Now you're in a room with 14 people and, you know, this ridiculous lighting and everybody texting their friends trying to sing. It's nuts. But he broke it right down to, I think we spent a whole 2 weeks just on walking onto the stage. Just walking onto the stage. Stop, go back, this time bring your eyes with you. It made sense, because people would come on with their nervousness and they'd walk on, but they would be looking out there as opposed to walking on, you know? And it was like, we got to keep trying that until we could do it. Stuff, amazing. Your hands have a life of their own, because they do. People aren't supposed to sing, you know, that's not natural. You just break into song, and unless you know why you're saying something, your hands do funny things when you sing. They do those things that you think people are supposed to do, and it's really annoying. And he makes you stop that, and the only way you can stop it is to know what you're singing about. Then he breaks down the lyric for you, and you have to take a lyric that you didn't write, somebody else wrote it, and take a look at this lyric, you know, with big things on the board and everything, and what do you know from this lyric? And you have to go home and write everything you know about this lyric. Well, the person is a minimum of this age. You probably no older than that age. From, could be, no, it's not anywhere, because they talk about, sounds like the South, or, you know, obviously lost a child, or everything you know. And he thought, I didn't even realize I knew that much about this song. But I said, oh, it's like being an actor. It's like when you have a part, and you have to figure out who this person is and where they grew up and what they like. And then you have to figure out what there is in your life that was similar to that. What do you think, a story that you could apply to this that isn't those lyrics but could be the same thing? I'm trying to remember off the top of, I can't remember one of the ones I ever did. But I remember watching, oh God, who was the fabulous guy in the class, Penny, that did all the, whenever he would get up and do the, oh, for God's sakes. Ed, oh, I forget. Okay, it doesn't matter. But anybody, I'll think of it in a minute. But he get up and he sang, Have You Met Miss Jones? Was the song. And he sang it about...
Billy?
No, Earl Hallerman. Earl Hallerman. And he got up and he sang it about finding a new home. That he and his partner were going to find, they found a house. And they were so over the moon about this house, because he said, it just reminds me of that's what it was. And he applied this story about, oh my God, and there it is. And I saw it on the house, and I knew it was like the first, I had been looking for a house like this, because you got to come in with your story, and you tell David your story, and then he goes, okay, that story will work. Let's cut the part about the dog and the thing, but let's just do the thing. And then you would slowly have the piano player play the music to the thing, and you would go 4-bar intro, and then you would go, this is a story about me. Oh my God, I saw this house on the street, and and they're playing the song behind you, and you're telling the story of the house, and then little by little you go back to actually singing the song, but it's in your mind. Because look what my hands did when I wasn't thinking I'm singing a song. I said, the house on the street. It was specific, and all of a sudden your little sense memory made you go, you know, have you met Miss Jones? She was just Miss Jones. You know, oh my God. And so it looked believable. He said, it's like, I can remember him saying, we want to get away from, and you land in jail. I'll never forget him saying that. You know, try. That was the other thing, is that you have to have the thought at the end of your last thought. Change your focus. It was all about spots and focus, all this stuff that you teach. You know, breaking it down really step by step, which of course later on we don't do that, but it was really helpful then about where you start. Where in the song do you change your spots? Spots too low, spots too high, look at the exit sign, you know. Oh my God, such amazing stuff. And I have this all in my notes somewhere. And like Tony, I just know that it worked. I was able to go to auditions and not be so terrified that I couldn't get through it. I had something to think about while I was singing. So I was much happier. I forgot about what was going on out there because I was telling my story.